Okay, now this time I'm going to actually check to see if you can see it on link on YouTube. All right, good. We're here. We made it. I hope people come back. If not, this is going to be the if not, this is going to be the recording that goes out to everybody. So it's all good. So thank you guys. If you joined me earlier and you were like, Claudia, where is your PowerPoint? I couldn't see. I could not see the messages, and so I didn't know that we couldn't see my PowerPoint. And so, yeah, I talked for an hour, well, 40 minutes. So we're back. So tonight it's all about LinkedIn for beginners because we're going through the LinkedIn profile and we're going through the most important parts because the goal is to make you visible online. And so this is what we want for you. And so thank you for joining me. This workshop is definitely for you if you're building a personal brand online, if you want to attract new clients or advance your career, or if you simply want to stop being invisible. Has anyone ever felt invisible online? Yeah, I've been there. I'm sure we've all been there. And the goal for tonight is just going to be that you complete the most important parts of your LinkedIn profile so that we get you looking like the expert that you are. So if you're ready for that, say ready in the chat or in the messages later. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's here, but that's all right. Oh, it looks like there is somebody here. Hi. All right. Well, here's a couple tips. I gave them earlier. I still have my Starbucks. In fact, it's probably why I'm going to make it through 2 sessions tonight versus just one. And I have my water. So thank you, Jesus, for water because we need it. All right. So if you don't know me, my name is Claudia Garcia. Fun facts about me. I'm obsessed with coffee. I think I drink way too much, so I need to calm down. I am a serial entrepreneur. I've flipped houses, had an e-commerce store. Yeah, funny. I sold women's designer shoes and I flipped little boys designer clothes. Why? Because I had 3 sons and I dressed them super cute and I would resell all their clothes. I also was a coffee shop owner. Yep, that was right before Starbucks took world domination. And it was some of the best times of my life. I always tell everyone that I went to the School of Business by doing business. And if you want to learn all about business, I mean, open up a retail or food establishment. Like you will, it's like going to business boot camp. So I've been there, done that. I also launched a healthcare marketing company in 2010, and it quickly grew as we added consulting and staffing. Now, what qualifies me to teach you tonight? Well, so I wanted to first tell you a little story of why I even chose LinkedIn, and we'll get into why you should choose LinkedIn shortly. But it was early 2018. I was pregnant and got really sick in my pregnancy, so I could no longer go and visit clients. It just was too much work. I lived in Southern California, and so I was driving those LA freeways, and so being on the freeway was just no longer an option. And so I needed to take my business off the streets online. So that's what I decided to do. And then the pandemic hit. And after having the baby, I thought I would probably go back out and start visiting clients again. And that did not happen. In fact, everything sort of shut down in California. You guys are probably aware that, they weren't taking visitors, hospitals weren't just letting anyone walk in anymore. And so everything was done online. I chose LinkedIn as my main tool for marketing. Why did I choose LinkedIn? Well, it's because I had found success on LinkedIn with recruitment. In fact, 90% of my executive search and the jobs that I closed were because of LinkedIn. And so, because I knew LinkedIn worked for recruitment, I said, well, if it works to find a candidate, surely it will work to find the clients. And I was right. In fact, I landed 7 figures in corporate clients for my clients, and they're still making money off these contracts year after year. So, if you're wondering whether or not you can find your clients on LinkedIn, I am going to let you know that yes, you can. It's now been my main sales tool and business tool, and I'm also an avid student of LinkedIn. So, why you should choose LinkedIn? Whoa, this is bright. So, sorry, it's my big screen. But why you should choose LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn has over 1 billion members, with the US having the highest number of users. HubSpot found that LinkedIn is 277% more effective at generating leads than Facebook and X. More than 9,000 people apply for jobs on LinkedIn every minute, and 13,000 connections are made per minute. Now, it also has a high income for, I guess, income buying power, higher income buying power, I should say. 53% of LinkedIn users have high monthly household income. And this is just in comparison to the other platforms. LinkedIn is also great for healthcare, one of the reasons why I use it. And with an estimated 3.4 million US nurses active on LinkedIn. There's also 1.1 million US physicians and surgeons on LinkedIn. I'm sure there are more now, but this is, I'm sure it's growing every single day. So, why should you optimize your profile? I mean, why is it important, and why is Claudio want you to do it? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but number one, it's because first impressions matter. And so, how you present yourself online truly does matter. Now, there are several mistakes that people make on LinkedIn, and I'm just going to cover, I said 3, but actually got 4 on here. So, number 1 is incomplete profiles. Number 2 is no profile picture, which kind of makes people look a little creepy. They have, even if they have it all filled out, but there's no picture, it's like, what are you hiding? Come on, put your picture up, right? And also, it's because people don't really trust anymore that, these profiles could be bots or can be fake accounts. And so a picture really does help build trust. Now, also, people love to post and then disappear. And I'm like, why aren't you here engaging? I have seen posts that have that do really well, and there's always people talking in the comments, and the one who wrote it is nowhere to be found. They're not saying thank you. They're not putting a thumbs up. They're just not there. And so that is another big mistake. The other mistake is zero engagement. So, if you want to grow your LinkedIn profile, engagement is the number one way to do it. So, if you have little connections, little followers, no one's looking at your profile post or at your post, then you definitely want to engage with people. And what I mean by that, you're like, engage. Okay, what are you talking about, Claudia? What does that mean? Well, when I'm talking about engagement, I'm talking about you actually going in, reading what other people are writing, and then participating in those conversations by leaving a nice comment, leaving some insights. And this is a great way for you to show up as an expert. So if you don't have a ton of followers, engaging on other people's posts is super important. Now, what does an optimized profile actually do for you? I mean, why do I need an optimized profile? Well, it is going to increase your visibility, and that's what you want. That's what we talked about in the beginning. You're here for this very specific reason. You want to be seen by the right clients and by the right employers. And you want to grow a professional network that refers business that you can collaborate with and that opens doors for new opportunities. I love LinkedIn because LinkedIn will recommend you to your target audience if your profile is actually optimized. That means that you've given LinkedIn enough information to know where to send you and who to send you to. In this case, I show that the vice president of operations at a local hospital found me because LinkedIn recommended my profile to him. So that's pretty cool because I'm like, yeah, what I'm doing is working. Because this would be an ideal client for a staffing account or for business strategy. All right. So my circle is off because I did this in Canva, then downloaded it in PowerPoint. And if you guys have ever done that, PowerPoint, it messes everything up. But it should be circling the badge next to my name. And that means that I verified my profile. Why should you verify your profile? Once again, it's that whole trust thing. We are in this, they calling it the trust recession, where everyone's like not trusting what's online with the use of AI and just so many fake folks on there. And so doing this in the beginning, when you set your account up, you want to go into your account preferences and you want to follow the steps to verify your account. Once you do this, LinkedIn will put a badge there next to your name saying that you're a real person and they checked you out and you're all good to go. So people will just trust your profile if you have that badge. Now, your profile pic. Oh no, my little thing is I'm covering my profile pic. Well, um, so that bottom one is just simply a selfie. And that is a no no. No selfies. You look cute in your selfie, but don't put a selfie as your profile pic. Instead, use a headshot. Try not to crowd the camera. Have you ever seen those profile pics where it's just like a floating head? There's no neck, there's nothing. It's just a head. In fact, they don't even show their hair. It's like, boop. Yeah, don't do that either. Also, although your family is beautiful and we would love to see pictures of your family, don't use it as a profile pic. We can't see your face. We want to build trust. And so we want to see your eyes and your face and your smile. So a headshot is always going to be the best thing for a profile pic. All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is the branded profile banner. So, your banner is your billboard. I am sure you've heard this before, but it acts as your advertisement. When people see your profile, they see it for seconds before they swipe away. Yes, sort of like a dating site, although I've never been on one because I've been married for a gazillion years. But the banner is your billboard. So, who do you serve? What do you offer? You can also share announcements if you have a program that you're launching. A lot of times, people will put their program on the banner with the registration and explaining where to go next. I used my friend Owen Lewis. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He's from the UK. His banner. I actually met him on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. If you guys want to check him out, he's a great guy. But it says here he's an AI engineer. Who he serves is tech professionals. What do they do? He does AI. Okay, so production AI ships production ready AI agents, automate workflows, scale content creation. So he tells you exactly what he does. Now here is mine. You can see mine. It says attract opportunities so you don't have to chase them. That's sort of like my tagline. But I change my banner out quite often. So you'll see a different banner maybe next week if you follow me. So hopefully you do. This is the headline formula. It actually says role, skill, who you help, and then the key result. So behind there should say key result. It's going to be on the next page. So you want to say, who you actually help and what you actually give them, right? So in my case, I help medical doctors, nurse practitioners, healthcare consultants attract clients and opportunities by growing their online visibility. And then it tells you what else I do: healthcare, business strategist, staffing, and recruitment consultant. this was actually hard for me. I was stuck, right? Because I own a business, but now I'm coaching other business owners on how to gain visibility and how to get their ideal clients to notice them online. And so there's all these different businesses, right? And so it could be confusing, but I would say that you put one as your main. If you have several businesses or several services that you're offering, that you just choose one that you really you focus on the one. So if you check out my LinkedIn profile, my LinkedIn content, it really is all about me helping the healthcare professional become visible so that they can get ideal clients, to see them and to notice them, to attract them. I want them to get inbound leads. If they are healthcare professionals, I want them to get opportunities with new employers, new jobs. So that's the goal, right? So I really stick to that topic on my LinkedIn, even though I own a healthcare staffing agency and I consult doctors on business strategy. So that I hope that helps you when you're thinking about what to write on that headline. All right. So if you need help, just ask ChatGPT. I did. I asked him, I just wanted to see what he would say. And he said, all right, you help medical doctors, nurse practitioners, and healthcare professionals grow on LinkedIn through my 5-day boot camp. It actually gave me one of my products to say how I help them, which is really cool. If I was going to strip away everything off of my headline, then I could use something this simple to let people know exactly what I give them and what I'm doing for them. So ask ChatGPT if you're stuck. Who do I help? What do they get? And how do I deliver it? All right. So we're still at the top. I know we're just about 17 minutes in and we're still at the top of the profile. But this is important because LinkedIn really makes it easy for you to do business. And underneath your headline is going to be a link. And on that link, and that link actually should be used to send your visitors to a very important place. Is that to maybe book a call with you? Perhaps there's a funnel, perhaps there's a book that you want them to purchase. Whatever that is, that most important, maybe it's your website. I don't tend to send people to my website for this reason, is that websites have a lot of information on them. And a lot of information will cause people to just we don't tend to pay attention too long, right? So you could lose them. So instead of doing that, send them just to that one thing that you want them to do. Book a call, buy this course, buy this, register for this program, register for this workshop, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. So you want to put that link there. How do you find that link? Well, you're going to find that link on the top little pencil there, on the right side of your name. Click on that, go to edit intro, scroll all the way down, and you'll be able to see the website section, add your link, and add your text. Now, if you do have a premium account, you're able to add custom buttons, and that's really cool because then you could add more things for them, wherever you want to send them. Maybe you want them to sign up for your newsletter. You can go ahead and do that in that section. All right, the about section. This is also a very important section. Why? Because LinkedIn is indexed on Google. And by the way, we just found out that Instagram is now going to be indexed on Google. So if you are posting on Instagram, your stuff can be found on Google. So right now, like if you're looking for something or looking for some information, a lot of times it'll pull up a YouTube video or a LinkedIn post and as information, or Reddit, right? And so now it's going to start pulling your Instagram. That's crazy because I don't really use Instagram. So now I'm just going to start pushing stuff over to Instagram. This about section got a little wonky when I took my slides from Canva to PowerPoint. But so in this section, I really make sure I have my keywords, who I help, what they get, that transformation we talked about, how they get it, like what am I doing or what are we using to get them there? what qualifies me to help. That's super important. What qualifies you to help them? What, again, you're going to tell them again the transformation. And then at the end, you're going to do a call to action. So this is like a little template you can use. If you need a copy of it, just DM me on LinkedIn. I'll send you a really cool, about section template. So it'll help you fill it out. And so again, just make sure you include your keywords so that you are found on Google, and also make sure that you have that call to action at the bottom and you tell them where to go next. All right, so there is at the bottom of the about section, you're going to see skills, top skills. You want to add these skills to your profile, and then you'll be able to take them throughout your profile into your work history. Why do we need to list our skills? Well, because the skills are, again, keywords, and you can be found through those skills. So if that's marketing, healthcare consulting, staffing, recruitment, you want to make sure you list all of those things on your skills. Now, this is the featured section on your profile. Yes, we're 22 minutes in and we're at the featured section. So far, what I've taught you about LinkedIn is that it matters. What you write, what you put, it really does matter. And everything is strategy when it comes to LinkedIn. And so this featured section is a great place for you to really showcase who you are, what you do, and to show off your brand. Show off how what you do and who you are. And it's a great place to connect people so that you can begin to nurture them, bring them into sort of your sales funnel, right? So you offer a freebie, the free workshop. They sign up for the workshop. You have them now on your email list, and you're able to nurture them through the email list. Hopefully then call them into a program or onto a phone call, and then close that client. So again, the featured section is one of my favorite sections, and do not sleep on the featured section. I don't recommend you pinning any kind of post on here. You're wasting it if you're pinning post. But if that's what you have, if you're, for example, if you're looking for work and you're like, well, what do I post? What do I do? If you've written some really nice posts about work and work experience that really highlights what you've done, then for somebody that's looking for work, then yeah, I would suggest you can pin that post. If you are trying to get clients, then I would stick to more of a funnel. Try to get them to watch a workshop, a freebie, grab your freebie, and then get on your email list so that you can nurture and then eventually turn them into a client. So it's just a visual for you while I drink my water. Hopefully you guys can hear me slurping that water. All right. So I just put example here, freebie, email list, book a call, make the sale. Let's go. Let's go, LinkedIn users. Woo woo. All right. We're coming to an end. I think I'm going to actually end within 30 minutes. The first round when I did it the first time, we went 40 minutes and you couldn't see my PowerPoint. So we're doing it again and it's actually coming out better. So cool. All right. So this is your work history section. If you are a business owner, make sure you have your business page up. And that way you can connect your job to your business page. And if you click on my little logo there, you'll be able to go straight to my business page. Now, business pages don't get promoted as much as your personal page. LinkedIn is just really big on promoting the person and not so much the business. And there's a reason why is because people follow people, not businesses. And so that is why your professional brand is so important. In fact, they are saying that we have about 6 months, 6 to 12 months left to really establish and build our brand before we're sort of like taken over by the AI influencer. And it sounds really silly. Like, I can't even believe that I'm saying this. But what happens is that there's going to be so much AI out there. People are going to wonder, is she real? Is that a real person? And so, if you've already established yourself as a real human, somebody that they should trust and follow, then and your brand is good, then it's just going to be easier. If you start a year from now, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be hard. So, let's get this going. Let's get you all looking sharp. Let's get that professional brand shining on LinkedIn. So, this is what I do on my work history. I do add some of the skills. So, those skills, I attach them to the job, the proper job. I attach a website or a funnel link. And then I do use all the keywords in, what we do. And also your job here, if you're president, CEO, it should match the company page. So make sure that it's not like you're not saying different things on the pages, and you don't confuse people about what you do. All right. So here's what I'm talking about in regards to all of your skills. They're all listed. You've already added them. And then you can connect them to your history, your work history, your volunteering history, all that's not on there. Oh yeah, it is. Volunteering, your where you got awards at, your the organizations that you're part of. Like, I'm part of NAMS, was part of NAMS, U.S. Staffing Association. So you can go ahead and attach your experience to the where you actually got that experience. All right. And endorsements, in case you're wondering what's an endorsement, this is when somebody says, oh, yeah, I know Claudia. I know she does that. Yeah, she knows she does healthcare. 71 people endorse me for healthcare. Cool. Management, 63 people. Customer service, I got 56 endorsements. Strategic planning, 40 endorsements. Public speaking, 26 endorsements. Well, look at that. Anyways, I've been on LinkedIn for a long time, so collecting endorsements. All right. Now, this is the final piece. This is not really necessarily about your profile, but I want to make sure that you guys really understand the power of LinkedIn and how you can search for clients and for jobs. And so, if you go to the all filters, you're able to source by people and companies, and you're also able to source by your first connects, second connects, and third. So first degree, second degree, third degree. You can also see who's actively hiring. So that's really cool. And you can choose locations, as well as if you have Sales Navigator like I do, which is a paid version, it's a paid version of the premium. So you can choose the different premiums. I have Sales Navigator because I like to do sales and I use LinkedIn as a search tool. So if you have Sales Navigator, you get 12 additional advanced filters, which is really cool. And also, LinkedIn will save your searches, and then it'll send you every time someone new joins, and it matches the search of yours. So I'm telling you, LinkedIn is working on your behalf. Did you know that? I did, because I've been recruiting forever. And I'm doing sales. So here we go. All right. Next. Yay, you finished. You finished the most important part of your profile. There is a section for endorsements. And endorsements we just talked about, but recommendations, you can ask people to recommend you, which is really cool. So just to build more trust online, but they do have to also be active LinkedIn members in order to recommend you on LinkedIn. So just 2 more minutes. Bear with me. If you would like to work with me and learn more about LinkedIn and how you can get your clients on there. Whoa, this is bright. I am offering a 5-day accelerator slash boot camp. We can call it accelerator, we call boot camp. Same thing. And why I mean this, we're going to accelerate the process of you learning LinkedIn. We're going to do it in 5 days. And this is just like 30 to 60 minutes a day. And I'm actually going to drop it right into your inbox. You won't even have to go into any kind of course portal and log in and remember where your login is and remember where, I'm sure that many of you have collected courses. I have collected courses. And I'm like, what's the login and where is it at? Because there's so many different platforms that are hosting. Nope. I'm just going to drop each day. I'm dropping that bootcamp right into your inbox. And guys, you're going to be a different person after the 5 days. If you follow the system that I'm going to give you, it is going to be it's going to be something that can change your life in regards to getting clients, finding clients, getting in front of clients, networking with clients, building relationships online, also your professional brand. We need to get it out there, right? We got 6 months, y'all. So we are gonna do this with the 5-day accelerator. It is valued at $1,200. I'm not gonna give you the price, but I want you to grab the link in the comments. I'm gonna put it in the comments shortly. It's not there yet because I need to get off here. I don't have my helper tonight. But I should have had my VA on, right? But I didn't do it. Wow. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me on round 2 of the LinkedIn workshop for beginners. Hey, and for those that have been on for a while and they're just like, hey, where do I find that link? What do I do here? What should I do there? Just gave you all the 411. But not only that, guys, I want you to get it done. So I'm going to leave this video up for 24 hours. I'm also going to send it to you guys if you registered. That way you can rewatch it and you can go ahead and make the changes on your profile as you watch this. Thank you so much. My name is Claudia Garcia. Please like, subscribe, and follow me for more LinkedIn and all things marketing and business growth. I just love this stuff. And I want you to be part of my community. And I want us to just network on LinkedIn and be friends if we're not already friends. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye. Don't forget to grab the link in the comments. Bye.